Welcome to Photoshop Killer Tips, brought to you by the National Association of Photoshop Professionals. Here's your host, Matt Kloskowski.
Got another retouching tip here for you on kind of removing the little flyaway hairs, okay? You can kind of see them here. Now, I'll be honest, it doesn't work on all photos, but if you've got somebody who maybe shot them with like a 70 to 200 lens, f2.8, and you've got a very blurry background, not a very intricate background, it works really well, okay? So we're going to start off. We're going to duplicate the layer, Command or Control J. I'm going to go to Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur, and I'm going to blur enough to where the hair seems to go away on those edges there, but I can still see most of the details here. Okay, we'll hit OK, and then I'm going to add a layer mask, but I'm going to hold down Option or Alt. All right, so if I click that layer mask icon, it adds it in hide mode, which basically just hid the blurred layer. All right, all I'm going to do is zoom in, take my brush tool, set the foreground color to white, take a nice soft edge brush, and I'm also going to drop my opacity down here about 60-65% to let me build up the effect. If you've got a pen and tablet, you can do it with your Wacom pen. You can just control pressure sensitivity that way. But what we're going to do is just start to paint with white. All right, and you see what I'm doing? The more that I paint, the more these things start to fade away. You can really bring them in. This one I'll go in, I'll kind of paint on it a few times, and you can see what happens here. So it starts to make it disappear. You see why it's working is because the background is also not very intricate here. So that's why I said it kind of takes a specific type of a photo. If they have a very intricate background, it's not going to work so well. All right, just go along those edges there, and it'll just kind of lessen that whole effect here. We can probably get a few over here, or at least make them so they're not quite as obtrusive into the photo there. All right, so let's take a look here. That's before and that's after. So it's subtle, but it does make a difference when you go around and do that around the outline of somebody's head. You're going to see that makes a difference in the overall appearance. You can even come up here and do it. Not too much on her skin, but you can get away with a little bit there. And again, maybe even drop the opacity down a little bit as well. But it will lessen the effect of all those little flyaway hairs. And if you've got the right type of photo, it can really speed up your work.